Good morning.
Computer audio. Hey there. Okay, so can you hear me?
I can. Did you click on that link?
Yeah, I used not yours. I used mine, but I'm getting everyone's very confused. People haven't read through. I kind of, before you went to sleep, I wanted to know those 30 people who hadn't signed up, and I was going to contact them. But
Oh, okay. I gave you the people who had signed up.
Gave me everybody. I have that already. I have access to that. I've been adding it to my roster.
No, there was a second tab, I'm sorry, that had the people who were who had registered on Zoom.
Yeah, I didn't see, I looked at both tabs. I didn't see that one, but okay. So how many have now signed up?
40?
40?
39.
39?
Yeah.
We're missing 60 people?
No,
Oh.
60 people have signed up,
Right.
sorry.
So I need the names. This is, oh God, this is so last minute. I'm getting so many emails. I need the names of the people who haven't signed up because they don't get it. No one gets it.
Yeah, okay. Just a second. I'm going to let everybody in, and I'll go through this list here now, and I'll highlight the ones who haven't signed up, and I'll send it back to you, okay? Okay. So do you want to tap dance for some people? Because there's 23 people waiting to get in. Not really?
Yeah, go. Are we live streaming yet?
Yeah, I've got the preview up.
Okay.
So I can start the live stream as well.
Okay.
Connect. Oh. Go live. All right. Now it's stopped previewing me now. Just a minute, I'll do it again.
Hey Google, TV off. Just not gonna bother. I think it was not even on. Where's it? What happened to the? See, can't see the cover.
Preparing live stream. I might monitor that while we're on. Okay, I'm going to go live and admit 33 people.
Okay.
Admit all.
Are we live now?
We're live.
Hi everybody. Some technical stuff.
Hello.
With a moment.
Hello, everybody.
Good morning. Or good afternoon or evening.
Hello. Hey there. Just a few moments. We're working out some of the kinks here. We're trying to get the live stream up. Chris, I'm on International Frontrunners. I don't see the live stream yet.
No, I had to title it and it's not accepting the title.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
We can. We're working on getting the live stream up. So just a moment.
Awesome.
You can see it with us.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, all.
How are you doing? Oh, there's Wayne.
Good morning, Wayne.
Good morning.
So we have 90.
Wayne is here. That makes my day.
Oh, Gilly.
They're all chatting. Chris, let me know when you go live. What's happening?
Okay, it accepted at that time.
Okay. Okay, I'm on the page. I'm still not seeing the live stream yet.
I just got a beep on my phone about it, so something's happening. Yeah.
The live stream
Yes, it's working.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Hello.
I think we are now live. Yep, there we are. We are now live on Facebook. It's working.
What was that? What was that, Xander?
There we are.
Oh, it must be Gilly.
I need to make an announcement to anyone who's watching on live stream. Yep, there we are. Yep, anyone watching on live stream, if you have a Zoom link, you should join us on Zoom so you can vote and participate.
What was that, Xander?
Okay. So there we go. There. What we're saying is anybody who's on live stream on Facebook, if you have a Zoom link, you should join us with the Zoom link because then you'll be able to vote and participate. The live stream is only a one way. So let us know if you have any issues. I think there were some people who are only on, who think they can join on live stream, but let us know if you have any issues.
I'm trying to access the live stream, but it's saying waiting for approval of the request.
I'm sorry, say that again.
How do I go to the live stream? Just go to.
Well, you don't need to. You're here. You're on our. You're on the Zoom.
Okay.
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 The live stream is set up for people who want to watch but not participate. And
Okay.
so that's for others. Chris, do you see an invite from Brian Mulligan? He said he's having trouble getting in. He said he reset and attempted to sign in, but it says his email or password don't match.
No, I don't.
Okay, I'm going to tell him to try another browser.
Yeah, he was a late registrant.
Last minute, yeah. So is Kelvin on? Kelvin wrote me a note saying he was having some issues. Kelvin, are you here? I'm not seeing Kelvin.
Oh,
All
hi,
right.
Juan.
I see a lot of people, but I don't see Kelvin. Chris, can you tell how many are on right now?
At the moment, we've got 69 people.
Okay.
Oh,
We had 90 signed up. We have, the roster had us at 60 clubs, so good turnout. Well, we have Jim Diego. Chris, do you want to start with Jim and we'll work on some of the technical, I'll do some technical emails while Jim is going.
Yeah, Jim, would you like to take us away with a song at the top of the hour?
Will do. Hi, everybody. I'm Jim Diego. I'm with Front Runners New York. I had just left the beach at Jersey Shore with a few other front runners, and I'm sitting in a parking lot in the middle of Hazlet, New Jersey, at a Burger King, to be able to sing a little bit for you to start off this meeting. Thanks to Richard for reaching out to me last week, and here we go. This is something that everybody is familiar with, a little Over the Rainbow, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. When all the world is a hopeless jumble and the raindrops tumble all around, heaven opens a magic lane. When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane to a place behind the sun, just a step beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh, why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I?
Hey.
You.
Thank you, Jim. I have to tell everyone, Jim, by the way, next year in the shower, okay?
We'll take it in every single spot that you could possibly. Now in a car, at Burger King.
I have to just brief everyone. Jim is a member of Frontrunners New York. He's also the yearly opener of the New York Marathon. New York Roadrunners chose him and a few other singers to start the marathon by singing the Star Spangled Banner or
Some
God
other
Bless
patriotic.
America, or just the fact that 50,000 people are listening to him just before they go off across the bridge, or I guess you and then Frank Sinatra. Yeah, is just it's such a treat and an honor to have Jim here singing for us to start out our AGM. So thank you very much, Jim.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay. You know what, Richard? It might be easier if I just resend that email to catch the last. We've got about 76 people on at the moment to catch the last 15 people. What do you think?
Sure. Sounds good.
Okay. I'm sorry, everybody. You're going to get a duplicate email in a second. I'm just going to resend the email for the people that are saying they didn't get the email last time. But we'll just do that right now. So I'm sorry, you're going to get a second email. Ignore it.
Modern technology. People, when you're not participating, it's good to mute. And that way we'll keep the background noise to a minimum.
How do you mute?
The mute button is down in the lower left-hand corner if you've got a PC, and I don't know how you do it on a Mac.
Oh, found it.
But
Yeah, it's also in the lower left-hand corner on a Mac.
how convenient.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's done. So let's kick off. Thanks very much for our song at the opening of the meeting. But I'd like to call the 2020 meeting of the first Zoom meeting to order for the International Frontrunners. Welcome everybody. Thank you for coming. So we have 76 people online at the moment, and that's pretty good. If you need to see the second panel of people on your PC, if you've got 59 people or 49 people up there already, press the page down and you'll see the second page of people who are all in the background. So that's a great turnout. Thank you. One more coming in. There we go. So just going to the agenda, here's Reggie. Our first item of business is just, well, opening call remarks. I'm not sure if we want to go through and have a chat to all 79 people at the beginning of this. Might be better if we just restrict it to the office bearers and the reps at the moment. So if I'm Chris Richley, I'm the president. I'm based in Sydney, Australia. So maybe if we'd like to take it away with the secretary, pro tem. So you see Richard up the corner there.
Hi, I'm just covering. We sent out. Xander can sneak in. Husband Xander. We sent out the minutes of last year. Hopefully everyone received all of the attachments. Otherwise, I have no particular secretarial business to update you on. Is there something I should be bringing up, Chris?
No, that's fine. We'll move on. So next person would be Treasurer Alden.
Hi, everyone. I'm Alden Clark from Frontrunners Boston, and I'm the IFR Treasurer. It's glad to see so many faces on the call. Welcome.
And our webmaster, Brad, in Hawaii.
Oh, actually, I'm in Palm Springs right now.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I'm Brad Miyasato. I actually belong to Shoreline Frontrunners in Long Beach. Also a member of LA and Palm Springs Frontrunners. I just wanted to let people know that if you did not receive the documents for the meeting, they are on the website right now. Just go to the AGM 2020 page and there's a link for documents and you can look at all the documents there.
Just see if I can. And Communications Officer, Joseph Jenkins.
Hi, everyone. Joe Jenkins, Communications Chair. I'm also Communications Chair of Portland Frontrunners. And yeah.
Thank you. And now if we might want to start off with the regional reps. So these are the people that represent you on our committee and our steering committee and get up at stupid times or go to bed at stupid times so that we can all coordinate our activities around the world. Starting with Michael Ambrose in Western US.
Hi there, this is Michael Ambrose. I'm Western Region Rep for the US. We have 16 members in the US Western Region, most of whom have attendance on this meeting today, which is great. I'm president of Palm Springs Frontrunners and Walkers and also a member of Seattle Frontrunners. And I, along with many Palm Springs Frontrunners and Walkers today, supported Seattle in their virtual Pride 5K this weekend. So that was great.
Thank you. And Wally Ma from Canada. Not standing this year, but he's our current rep.
Hi, I'm Wally from Winnipeg, Manitoba, in Canada. I'm finishing my term as regional rep. We got 10 frontrunner groups here in Canada, but I'm passing the baton off to Emma Bug of Ottawa Frontrunners. Hi, Emma. And she'll be taking over representing Canada. Thank you.
Do you want to say hi at this point, Emma?
Sure. Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Emma. I'm excited to, take a little bit more of an active role here and get to know you all. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
Thank you. And our current Southern European, Middle East and African rep is not available at the moment. So Katharina is stepping down and we'll be electing a new rep at that point in the meeting.
Actually, Chris, we've done that. The region has elected Kelvin.
Oh, yes, that's right.
And Kelvin is on the call, so you can introduce him.
Oh, Kelvin, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, Kelvin.
He's not muted and he is on, and I'm just trying to find him in the...
Amongst the 80 people.
Yeah.
He sent a text that he's here.
Yeah, I got it too, yeah.
Are you on the phone, Kelvin?
Yes, there he is, I can see him.
Oh.
Page 3 of mine.
Well, we can get back. Kelvin, when you're able to...
Wave, Kelvin.
Yes, Kelvin, wave, do this.
He's waving.
All right. Kelvin,
I see him.
If you go down to your microphone button on the bottom left corner, and it will offer you a microphone, and probably you want to make sure you're on your built-in mic. But we'll introduce you to your region after the call, and if you're able to talk at some point, just way back in. We'll get you a verbal introduction.
Yeah. Okay, and so next is the Mexico, Central and Southern American rep. We didn't have one, now we do. So we've got Juan from Suriname, our latest South American club. Juan, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, hello, good afternoon from Suriname. My name is Juan. I'm the chair of Suriname Frontrunners, and I'm looking forward getting more involved.
So Juan has elected himself because he's the only club there, but that's fine. We'll hopefully have many more in Mexico, Central and South America very soon.
Yeah, and that's the only region with 100% attendance at the meeting.
That's true. And Southern US?
Randy's on.
Hi, Richard here again. So Southern US I was covering for. Michael Thomas had to resign due to circumstances. And the Southern US has now elected Sam Sanders. Sam, I believe you're on. I think I saw you there.
Hi, Richard, I'm here. Hello, everyone.
Great. Why don't you tell us about yourself a little?
Sure. I joined Frontrunners up in New York when I lived there. I lived there for about 8 years. I just moved down to South Carolina and I joined Charlotte Frontrunners, and Richard reached out to me to take on this volunteer position, and I'm super excited to help out in any way I can. So thank you for having me.
Thrilled to have you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And of course, I'm Chris Richley, the Asia Pacific Australia New Zealand rep at the moment as well. So hello, everybody. We had our meeting on Thursday night last week. It was well attended. Everybody's getting used to attending meetings by Zoom, I see, so that's good. And now we go to the Federation of Gay Games reps. So there are two, and they're elected separately, but I think this year, are we voting for both of them? Because we're going to re-elect somebody anyway, is that right?
Yeah, I guess they elected me 2 years ago, and I get re-elected again 2 years after, something like that.
No, this year was elected 2 years in a row by accident. So this year we'll just both.
We're just going to do it for administrative purposes this year, yes. So I'm going to take it away. Federation of Gay Games rep number 1. I believe you both know whether you're number 1 or number 2.
Yes. It's because that's our emails. Hi, I'm Wayne Morgan. I am the Federation of Gay Games delegate. I'm in Sydney Frontrunners, and I also look after the Facebook page. Good morning, everybody.
And FGG number 2?
Yeah, I'm Xander Ross. I'm the delegate to Gay Games, number 2. I'm the youngest two. And anyway, so for today, I invited the co-chairmen of the Hong Kong Gay Games 2, and Solomon, Sabrina, Dennis Phillipsy, and they are going to, and also Jackie will come and speak a little bit at the end of this. So stay tuned for exciting news from Hong Kong.
We're going back to mute, by the way, because we're going to avoid noise. Reggie, I think we're picking up noise from you because you're on our big screen. Are you muted?
I was just about to say, if I see somebody, I've muted him.
Thank you, because we had Reggie's face while Xander was talking. So
if I see some, because I get a second indicator that tells me who's making the other noise. If I see somebody like that, I'm going to reach out like Darth Vader and press the mute button for you. So
you're watching for more people entering, because I've been dealing with emails of people trying to.
I get a chime, and there's nobody in the waiting room at the moment.
Okay, great. We're muting.
Yep, I do have a lot of. There are a lot of chats, so if you'd like to have a look at the chat window, go ahead. But
hey, Chris, I'd like to introduce myself as well. I'm the Central U.S. rep.
Oh, hi, Randy.
Yeah, my name is Randy. I live in Kansas City, and we have 13 groups in the Central U.S. region. Thanks.
Oh, beg your pardon. Actually, I'm going from the AGM, which doesn't have the reps that aren't being re-elected. So did I miss anybody?
The Eastern U.S. rep.
Sorry, Alden. Alden's also the Eastern U.S. rep.
Oh, it's actually
no.
It's Mick.
Oh.
Is Mick on right now?
Hey there, Richard. Yeah, I'm here.
So say hi to everyone, Mick.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, Mick Bullock, Eastern U.S. rep, also the DC Frontrunner coordinator. Apologize for not being able to join you on the actual Zoom call. I'm joining you from a boat in between Provincetown and Boston, Massachusetts. So glad to be able to join you, though.
And Kelvin's just joined us now as well. So Mick is the only one on the phone. So if you see a number,
good evening,
that's
Europe.
Mick.
This is Copenhagen calling, because you appear to have forgotten Europe. This is Nick, your Northern European representative, looking after the UK, Ireland, and Scandinavia.
That's very good, Northern European rep. Do you have your votes for us?
12 points to the United Kingdom, because it's the only time I'll ever get them.
Good for you. Okay, so we've got a packed agenda, so we better get moving. First off, I'd just like to, have I missed anybody else? Has everybody else introduced themselves? Okay, we might go on. So we've just got several new clubs this year, seven new clubs this year, which is fantastic. Suriname, which we've already said, our first Central American club, that's great. That's our first South American club, which is great. Lexington is back in the fold. Singapore, I can't remember if we've had a Singapore club before, so the MGR people, it's great to have you on board, Devane. Perth is back and is huge this year, so they're quite a large club. They've gone from zero to hero very quickly. Nairobi, it's great to be expanding into Africa as well, so that's a very welcome addition. Aberdeen and Dundee, so that's good too. We've had a wonderful year of getting new clubs on board, and we've actually, I think Richard's pulled a heroic effort to find the people who just haven't got round to re-registering and get them re-registered. So hopefully we've got a few more coming online in a minute. Richard, do you want to just tell us, do you have off the top of your head who is who is coming in that was sort of delinquent?
Well, we have 3 or 4 4 clubs, I believe, we're working on. Nick has a couple in Northern Europe, and we have a couple in Southern Europe, and we're working with them. We're in touch. I think some of the issues are they've changed out their contacts, and so we had to find the appropriate people. But we're getting them back into the fold, and I think we'll have everybody up and running. So yeah.
Jolly good. Okay, so now we come to some of the official part of the meeting, and we're going to see if we can vote electronically for some of these things. So I've set up some polls. So I'm going to start one now. So feel free to go ahead and vote. We've got to vote on several administrative motions, which is we have to accept the minutes of the previous AGM, which Richard has mailed around. The Treasurer's report and the budget for next year. So I'm going to go with the minutes first. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes? Yep, so you should now be getting a poll on your screen to say, do you accept the minutes of the previous AGM? So please feel free to vote on that.
Could I move that we accept the minutes for the records?
Yes. We'll take a note of that.
Seconded.
Up to 42%. Actually, if you can vote, please vote.
Just FYI, all of the requests are being asked for.
Yes.
The Treasury report and budget. So you want them all?
Well, actually, while
I can't submit anything before that.
Okay, so so has everyone had a chance to have a look at the budget and the Treasurer's report as well? Alden, do you want to talk to that?
Yeah, just a few quick items. So the Treasurer's reports that were sent out was the final for 2019, which is being submitted for approval. And the second item was the year-to-date 2020 Treasurer's report, which takes us through the end of June. So both of those were available. The vote really is just for the 2019 to approve that, so we can put that in the archives. And the other one, of course, is ongoing. And then I'll just say a quick note as far as the budget it's the budget for 2021. And I have that was not sent out. I have that information in front of me. It's basically the same as last year's proposed budget, and it's open because we may be adding things during this meeting through our discussions if we want to talk about additional events or activities that we may want to fund and budget. So I will go over that just quickly. Everyone take notes quick, but the proposed budget for 2021, I'm proposing that we would receive membership income of $2,500. We have budgeted $150 for bank fees, $384 for our website. Our Federation of Gay Games dues is $100. Delegate reimbursement for our Federation of Gay Games delegates travel expenses, since they're required to attend the meetings, is $1,000. We have a postage of $50, and in the budget is $500 for funding the annual general meeting for next year. Maybe that won't happen if it's on Zoom, but that's in the budget. And beyond that, we have an item for club promotion that we've discussed in past years of $4,000, which is our budget to help the different regions with club promotion. So we can leave that open and see if we add things to it, and come back to that as far as the budget for 2021. But otherwise, if you want to continue with the vote, it would really be just on the 2019 Treasurer's report. Unless there's any questions that people have for me. Otherwise, we can have the vote.
So Alden, it really is the 2019, 2020?
It's 2019.
Only calendar year.
You're right, just calendar year. Yeah.
If nobody else does, I'll move that we approve the Treasurer's report.
I'll second that. Okay, we've got 73% of the vote. Are we prepared to move on? So we've had 100% acceptance of the Treasurer's report on the budget and the minutes. Is everyone happy?
Yeah.
Okay. End poll. Okay. So does everybody still have a polling notice up on their screen?
No.
Okay, good. So that means I can move on to the next poll in a minute when it's time. So now that we've gone through that, we have, so the other thing is normally when this meeting is held, it's held in person, and we would have several hours for people to make individual reports from their areas. But with it being on Zoom and us necessarily needing to condense it from a day to just 2 hours. And by the way, I'm going to give us a break at the top of the hour for about 10 minutes so that everybody can go and get more coffee, more beer, have a comfort stop, that sort of thing. So we'll stop in 30 minutes or so, just for a quick break, and you can all chat amongst yourselves. So we've decided that we would take an approach of doing everything for the regional reports into a newsletter, which you should all have received. And if not, it's on the IFR Facebook page. That's why we've compiled everything up so that people can read that at their leisure and put more in, frankly, than they'd get in a 5-minute presentation at the physical meeting. So I hope you are happy with that. We're certainly very pleased with the contribution. Of course, we always need more. So always buck up your club's reps to make sure they send in a proper report for the newsletter whenever we do one. The other thing next then would be Copenhagen 2021. So Nick, are you going to do a presentation from your end, or do you want me to put it up on my screen here?
I'm not doing the presentation. I'm going to hand over to Tommy from Copenhagen Frontrunners, who's going to talk you through it. I have sent you the presentation, so if you want to put it up, that would be great. If not, I've got it here as well, but I'm sure Tommy's got it.
Just a second. Tommy, I think you can share your screen if you've done that before, or do you want me to put it up on my screen?
I would like you to put it on your screen so everybody can see. Hello, everybody. My name is Tommy Christoffersen. I'm the president from Copenhagen Frontrunners. And while we are waiting for the presentation, I can start telling you that I'm really excited to have the chance to present what Copenhagen is planning for next year. We have a full program. And you can see here on the screen that what we are planning next year is a combination of Euro Games and World Pride, and it will go from 12 till 22 of August. The sports program will be in a shorter period. Please go to the next slide.
Give me a second.
Well, while we are waiting, I can tell you that Eurogames and World Pride. Oh, this is the last one.
Sorry.
No problem.
You're going through, just coming around again. There we are.
Here we are. Yes. What I was saying is that Copenhagen and will be hosting the Eurogames and the World Pride next year, and it will be in combination with Sweden. Our friends from Sweden and the city of Malmö will also be a part of this. So you will have the chance to visit both Denmark and Sweden while you are here in Scandinavia for the sport and the fun and the social things. Just briefly I will give you an introduction to Copenhagen Frontrunners. It's Copenhagen Frontrunners is a part of the big LGBT sport groups in Copenhagen called Panidot, which has 1,600 members. And in the Frontrunners, we have 150 members. 40 of them are women. And we have 5 different teams running every Tuesday, where we run intervals and have social dinner after the training. We also run Thursday and Saturday. And we have around 15 different coaches. That's one of the things that is a key reason why we have grown from 60 to 150 members, is simply that we have educated coaches so that we can always start new teams, meeting the expectations from the participants. We also take part in many national events, and looking forward to come to Hong Kong in 2022. Go to the next slide, please. Is that possible?
Yep, sorry.
Okay. That was, yeah, here. So it is a one step back. Thank you. The Eurogames is a part of the World Pride, and it's we welcome you from all over the globe to Eurogames next year. It's an open event, and we are expecting a lot of people because of the fact that we have the World Pride at the same time. We are also planning a national program in autumn and spring 2021, so we will try to recruit as many Danes from all over the country to take part in this Eurogames event next year. Please go to the next slide. Here you have the overview of what is going on. As I mentioned, the Pride Week will start Friday, the 13th of August, and it will end Saturday, the week after. The sport will primarily be on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, where we have the track and field and the different running events. But here you can have the overview of the things that I will tell you more detailed about. Please go to the next one. So every day we will start with what we call good morning runs, and it will be running tours organized by Copenhagen Frontrunners. Our coaches and members will bring you around the city so that you will have the chance to explore the nice spots, the Little Mermaid, the Opera, the Harbor, and all the landmarks that you should see when you are in Copenhagen. And it's, as we mentioned, open to everybody, also to partners and tourists from all over. And it will be organized in different tempos so everybody can join. Please go to the next one. We are also in a dialogue with what we call a runner's hotel. Our ambition is to book a hotel where all the frontrunners group can stay. We have a brand new hotel which is downtown of Copenhagen. They have single rooms, double rooms, and it's also possible actually to book rooms for groups. And I think it would be a very good option for people to stay downtown, stay together with your friends from your group, and also have the chance to meet other front runners. We will send you more information about this option later on. Please go to the next one. In the beginning of the week before the sport, there's Monday and Tuesday a sport leader conference, and it will be organized together with IGLSF, the European Gay and Lesbian Sport Federation, but also international frontrunners might be able to take part in this, and maybe we can present and share ideas and best practice among frontrunners groups. It's an open conference, and I would really, if you are and have the chance to go to Copenhagen before the sport, this is a great opportunity to share and learn more about how we can develop our sport groups. Please go to the next one. On the Monday, in the beginning of the week, we also have what we call a site tour, where you will have an overview of the different spots where the sport would take part. It's a social event, and at the same time, it's a running event where you have the chance to explore nice venues and spots for Eurogames. Please go to the next one. As I mentioned, Tuesday is our main training day where we have, on a normal Tuesday, we have something between 70 and 80 people participating. And this specific Tuesday next year, I'm sure they will all show up because they're so excited to meet you guys. What we will do is that we will have a 1-hour training session, and we will divide people into different groups based on your ambitions and in what team you would like to join. And after the training, we will host a dinner, and so that we can all meet and have a social time together. I think this could be a very good start for the sports week, a social event and a running event where we meet and greet and have fun together. Please go to the next one. Pride Run, we had a successful Pride Run last year with many people taking part. You can see here the picture from the City Hall Square last year. This year we are also having a Pride Run edition. It will be smaller due to the coronavirus. We are only allowed to have 200 people participating, but we will definitely have a full program. And next year we will do a Pride Run on Wednesday. And this Pride Run will go to LGBT hotspots in Copenhagen. You will find the oldest gay bar. You will come to we have a place called Rainbow Square where we have a rainbow flag all over the year. The building you see behind you here is the City Hall of Copenhagen, and this is a City Hall Square. Some of you might know that Copenhagen and Denmark was the first country in the world to recognize same-sex partnership. It was in 1989. So this historical building will be the start and the finish for this Pride Run. Please go to the next one. Thank you. The opening ceremony will be on Wednesday, and we have been in dialogue with the organization, and they are very interested to, as a part of the opening ceremony for Eurogames, have a 1-mile run, because between the City Hall Square and the sports village, there's exactly 1,600 meters. So we will do a 1-mile run as a start for the Eurogames, and some people might sprint, some other people might be jogging, and we will also invite the other sports group like volleyball, badminton, etc., to take part in this 1-mile run as a part of the opening at the Eurogames. Please go to the next one. Of course, we have all the traditional activities during Eurogames. We have the track and field, and you see here all the disciplines. It will be Thursday and Friday in the daytime, and it will be at Østerbro Stadium, the national track and field stadium. And we are in collaboration with the organization called Sparta. They do more than 100 events every year, and it's a very professional organization. We actually train on this stadium as well, so we have a very good dialogue with this club, and they will be helping with all the technical things related to the track and field, and front runners will be making sure that you have coffee, that it's a nice and social atmosphere around the event. Please go to the next one. Thursday evening, we have the 5 and 10K running, which will be a very nice route along the harbor. You will also have the chance to run next to the Royal Castle. Some of you might know that the Crown Princess of Denmark, Mary from Australia, she is a protector for World Pride and Eurogames. I can see some hands from Wayne. Yes, she's a protector for World Pride and Eurogames. And the royal family is actually very interested in sport. The Crown Prince in Denmark, he is a member of the Olympic Committee. So we are right now in dialogue with the royal family to take part in the 5 and 10K running. And we don't know if they can do it, but we know at least they are very interested. And I think it would be a scoop if we could let them join our race. That's what we're working on at the moment. Please go to the next one. After the 5 and 10K, we have several tents where we will socialize. There will be a chance to have a drink and music. We we think that this event should be hosted together with international frontrunners and Hong Kong. I was in dialogue with Dennis from Hong Kong a few days ago, and I think this event, social event, will also be a great opportunity to promote next year's Gay Games, so that we can bring all the athletes from Copenhagen to Hong Kong the year after. Please go to the next one. We have the half marathon on the Friday, which is at Amager Beach Park. It's an artificial beach. It's near the sea, but it was created like 10, 15 years ago. It's very, very popular. It's in there's a nature atmosphere there, and a very nice area for running. And it will be at the same day as the triathlon. So so the triathlon and the half marathon will be a combined sport event on Friday. Yeah, please go to the next one. We are now coming almost to next. Yes, the closing ceremony will be, of course, as a part of the World Pride, which is Saturday. So all the streets of Copenhagen will be full with people cheering and have fun. And when we finish the parade at the City Hall Square, it will be the official closing of Eurogames. Please go to the next one. One before, maybe? No? Please take the next one. Yes, this one. Here you have an overview of... no, the other way. The map of Copenhagen, please. One more. Here, thank you. Here we have the map of Copenhagen, and Copenhagen is what we call a small big city or big small city. There are 1.3 million in the greater Copenhagen, and here you see in the north we have the track and field. Near the Little Mermaid we have the 5 and 10K running. We have the marathon on the right side near the Amager Beach, and we have the Possible Runners Hotel, which is downtown near the bars and the sport village, and it's all accessible by public transport or by bike. Please go to the next one. The fee for participation in the Eurogames is 120 euro, and if your group or your club is an EGLSF member, the price per person is 90 euro. I actually had a request a few days ago when I posted that the program was online. There was a guy asking whether the club could be a member of EGLSF, and I'm not sure about the rules, but if there any way that a club from outside Europe could become a member, and then they will get a reduced price for their participants, it would be very good for me. We can follow up on this, but so far this is the prices for European members, as members of EGLSF, or for those who are not a part of this. Please go to the next one. For more info, you go to the website. You will have the chance to sign up in the fall of 2020. We will give you more information by email. We will post on regular basis on the International Frontrunners Facebook site. And we have a few more ways to get in touch with you. So please go to the next slide. Before the coronavirus, we actually planned a site inspection in Copenhagen on the 11th to 13th of September. We will still do a site inspection this specific weekend. We know that people are not traveling at this as they used to do, but if you are in Copenhagen due to business or vacation or have another chance to go, feel free to join our weekend. It's a weekend where we will train, we will have Euro Games workshops, and we will have a joint dinner Saturday night. It's free if you want to join. It's Copenhagen Frontrunners will pay for your participation. We know that our sister organization, Aarhus, will join, and that some of the Scandinavian groups will be around as well. But of course, it will not be on the same scale as we expected in the beginning. Please go to the next one. We can offer you
what we call video meetings like this meeting. We would really like to get in touch with the regions. I heard this before when we started, that there are regional meetings, and if you are interested, we would like to hook up with you and have a meeting specifically for each of the regions. It could be Australia, Europe, US, etc. But we could also offer you to join a club meeting. So if you have a meeting for your members in connection to a training or whatever you do, feel free to invite us. We could have a 15 to 30 minutes video conference where you can give us some feedback, what is needed for you to make it easier to join and come to Copenhagen. We know that if you haven't been in the city before, there are always questions about where to go, where to stay, how can we do this and that, and we are very excited to help you the best way possible. Please go to the next one. Since we have a large group of members in Copenhagen Frontrunners, we will be able to offer some people a sofa or a bed during the Euro Games. We call it for the needy, not the greedy. So if you have members who would like to have a sofa, feel free to contact us, and we will try to do the best to make it possible. Please go to the next one. So let's get in touch. We are a group of people who are organizing this, and unfortunately, I'm not sure this mail is running at the moment. We are starting when we start the registration. This email will be running, but until that, send us a message on Facebook or Messenger, or we will also send a mail out to all international frontrunner groups. And as I mentioned before, we will be in dialogue with you on the International Frontrunners Facebook site. So this was my presentation so far, and if you have questions, feel free to ask them. You can also send me a message right after the meeting here, and we will get in touch.
So, does anybody have any questions for Chris?
One question. I just wondered, is the 5K and 10K run concurrently, or are those two separate events planned?
It is the same event. It's the same route, and you sign up for 5K or 10K. But the 1 mile the day before is also a separate event, and you will have the timing on that event as well if you want to have your timing. And the half marathon is on Friday, is also a separate event. So there, you can say there are 3 events: 1 mile, 5 or 10K, and the half marathon.
Yep, thanks.
We're starting to get Hong Kong in. Dennis Phillips is coming in. So, well, thanks very much for that, Christoph. And we've got now the next item on business is the Brooks Running Partnership and 501c. So, Richard, would you like to speak to that?
Sure, I can do this very quickly. I know we're running behind. As many of you know, International Frontrunners partnered with Brooks Running last year, and Brooks was kind enough to grant scholarships to a number of our clubs, including Seattle, Portland, Atlanta, San Francisco, and West Palm Beach. These clubs submit, and many others, I believe about 12 clubs submitted applications for a grant, a $5,000 grant, and it was to be used for marketing the club, getting the word out, hiring a coach for the club, any number of items. And they are going to award 4 more clubs this year, and we hope this will continue on as the years go on. One of the issues we are having is that Brooks is limited to giving these grants only to clubs that are in countries that they actually do business, which is some countries in Europe and the United States. It precludes Australia, New Zealand, and various other countries where we have clubs. So a number of years ago, it was discussed turning us into a 501c3, which for those of you who don't know is basically an official US nonprofit organization, which would then allow us international frontrunners to accept grants from Brooks and anyone else. There are many organizations such as Google that have grant programs that could benefit us. And then we would be able to turn around and give the money to clubs that they can't, by law, they can't give to. So for example, if Brooks were to give us 5,000 or more, we could then turn around and divvy it up amongst clubs in Africa and Australia, places where Brooks doesn't do official business. They have representatives who do their business. So as a result, we spoke with an attorney and we can turn ourselves into a 501c3 for about $1,000. But this needs to be voted on. And so we're doing that now. And I guess Chris has a poll.
So let's do the poll.
Should ask if everyone understands.
Well, okay, so Xander's suggesting if there are any questions before the vote. We think it's money well spent because it's likely to avail us of more money than we're going to spend to create this 501c3 over the years. I think it'll be very helpful for us. But if there are any questions, I'm happy to field them.
Richard, what are our responsibilities as an international organization?
Right. So once a year, our treasurer, Alden, and he's agreed to do this, will be filing a form. It's become a simplified form. It used to be quite a long form, but apparently they've simplified the process. Our lawyer, when we hire him, is going to talk to me about the concerns and issues of being an international organization. He said, but we're not unique. This is fairly common that organizations that are international will become a 501c3 in the US. And in fact, he made a comment that you could theoretically nonprofit them in other countries also, if that's advantageous to us.
And is there an annual fee?
You know, I think I don't recall. There's the initial fee is the large fee. If there is an annual and it's very small, I don't recall that. But if there is, it's about $50. I can't say for sure though.
This is Greg Bart.
Hi, Greg.
Sorry, there's no annual fee, but there is another issue, and I was a treasurer of a gay swim team in Chicago. This became an issue. The IRS requires you to request, I don't know if you talked to your attorney this, but IRS requires that you apply for 501c3 status within 17 months of your formation. And if you don't do that, it's very hard to get it. And what the swim team in Chicago did, they actually reincorporated as an entire club, which to my surprise, that seemed to satisfy the IRS. But so,
Greg, how long
sorry.
was that?
The Smelts got their nonprofit, I think, in 2018 or 2019. Okay. And at that time, they were 35 years old.
Okay, apparently in the last 2 years, there's been a simplification process. The lawyer knows that we're an old organization, and he did not raise that as an issue. This is what he does day in and day out. There are others here who have done 501c3s. I know a number of our clubs have 501c3, and they're quite old. San Francisco 501c3 in its 4th decade. Gary, I think you've done some 501c3s, our former treasurer. That is not an issue I had heard about. I know we have to craft our mission statement, but you know, once again, we'll take care of these hurdles as we come upon them. So mostly it's up to the group to vote whether we should do this or not. And if the group thinks it's not,
a quick note there, Richard. I was just going to say that International Frontrunners is not a legal entity as far as the U.S., so it hasn't been incorporated. So if we did do that, it would be something that would be new. So I don't think that's an issue.
Okay, there you go. And that may be why the lawyer did not think it was an issue.
The other thing, I mean, just for the record, Richard, I mean, I don't mean to sound I'm against this because I'm in favor of it. And the other thing is Chicago is not a 501c3, and this probably is of no interest to US people, but if you want to chat me privately, there's some of you already know this. I know Palm Springs and Fort Lauderdale do this. They, by affiliating as a chapter of American Roadrunners, you can get the 501c3 status without having to go through the application process. It's super easy, and you do have to pay your dues to the Roadrunners every year, but it's a pretty small amount.
Right. A number of our clubs actually have gone that route, but that would not entitle us then to receive grants that we could then disperse to our member clubs.
So I think we'll encounter issues all the way along with this, but I think the vote that we want for the AGM, because we don't want to get bogged down in US tax discussions for the international group, is to whether we want to go down this path. So I think if there's no further questions, I'd like to call for a vote, and I'll put the motion that we go forward and be a 501c3 entity. Do I have a seconder?
Second.
Who was that, sorry?
Greg.
Greg. Okay, and we've now got 61%. So unless anyone would like to throw a vote in there, 72. So exciting. 58. Okay, we might end it there. So motion's passed. Okay, now we're at the top of the hour. I know that Hong Kong has started to join, and we've got Alex next. But I'd like to suggest we take a break for 10 minutes. Is everybody okay with that? Yeah? Okay, so I'm going to go on mute, but everybody else is free to have a bit of a chat amongst yourselves and say hi. So we'll get back together in at 10 past, so about 7 minutes time. Is that okay? All right, see you.
Okay.
It's really hot in New York. We're roasting.
How hot is it?
Hi, Gilbert.
Hi. I like how you have the Frontrunner New York singlet displayed in your back. Thank you.
We're gonna put it up there, but we couldn't do it, so.
It's under.
Hi, buddy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? It's freezing cold down under.
Oh. Well, yeah, we'll send you some heat then, some 90 degrees in Fahrenheit. Hey, Dennis, Sabrina, Solomon. Hello, everyone. Go get coffee.
Patching weather. It's fucking hot.
Oh, Austin, great shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. One of my favorites.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Are you guys in Philadelphia or New York, Richard? Alexander? Or Richard?
We're in New York.
New York.
They represent half the front runner clubs that are here.
Hey, Xander.
Yeah.
It's 111 degrees in Palm Springs right now.
Oh my gosh, so it's basically cold in New York. Oh my gosh, you can fry an egg.
It's only 93 in Florida.
Not to show off, but it's only 76 in San Diego.
San Diego.
It's always 76 and sunny in San Diego.
In San Diego, Gilbert, you're nearby, right?
Say again?
You're nearby San Diego normally. You're from nearby San Diego, right?
I lived in San Diego for 9 years. That's where I started with front runners, was with San Diego front runners. But my hometown, like between LA and San Francisco.
Oh, Tascadero. Richard says Tascadero.
Pescadero, that's near Half Moon Bay.
Yeah, it's not too far. That's my hometown.
Okay, I'm in San Jose.
Oh, it's beautiful then. Oh, yes.
Did you know that Pescadero has an artichoke run? They do, yeah.
And when you get to eat artichokes while you're running, how does it work?
When you register, you get an artichoke.
That's cute. Why, did they grow easily in San Jose or in Tascadero?
That's it, Pescadero.
That's Pescadero. I'm from Atascadero.
Oh, Atascadero. Oh, okay. Because we also have Arrastradero, which is a road in the Palo Alto area. So
I was watching a video about the Winchester House. What's it that I told you about?
Winchester Mystery House.
The Winchester Mystery House. It was really interesting. I didn't know anything about it. Richard says that he had been there many times, but I haven't never.
Crazy.
yeah, it's a tourist trap, but you know.
Oh. I believe that about the ghosts.
Yeah. What Helen Mirren made a movie, about Sarah Winchester. She played the role of Sarah Winchester, and part of it was filmed in the house.
Oh, I'm sure she'd be great at that.
Yeah.
Thomas Barker. Daniel Albuquerque. Hey, Danny from Albuquerque, can you hear me? He's muted.
Hello, I can hear you.
So I wanted to ask you a question. Do you know some restaurants in Albuquerque called Le Peep?
What?
Le Peep. It's a breakfast and lunch restaurant, no dinner. Many years ago, I worked with this company and called Le Peep, L-E-P-E-E-P, Le Peep, like the sound that the little chickens make. So I went there and I worked for the Tingley family. You know who they are?
No, I've only been here almost 2 years, so I haven't heard of them.
But I understand Tingley is like a very wealthy family that owns all the sporting clubs, and they even have Tingley Plaza, something like that. And we opened a couple of restaurants in Albuquerque. I was training the crew and stuff like that.
This is check it out.
Many years ago.
Many years ago, like 30 years ago.
But you have been to Frontier.
Yes, I have been to Frontiers. Yes.
The Frontier. That's my favorite.
Where are you? Were you the man?
Thank you, Wayne. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, for your contribution, Wayne. Helpful as always. Okay, everyone, we're back at the 10-minute mark, so we might, in the interest of time, crack on. So next up is Alex. Alex, are you online?
I am here. Thank you, Chris, and thank you, Richard, for the invitation to be with you today. I don't have a presentation, but what I am just doing is popping our Strava link to both the Facebook group and the Zoom group. So what I would like to do is invite you all to click on the link and check out the Strava club that we've created for international frontrunners. And if you're not part of it, please click on join the club. So as of today, we've got over 1,000 members part of this club, active runners. And this Sunday, we have 3,000 total club miles with 643 activities out of those 1,000 club members. So it's been an exciting time over the last 3 months, and talking to Chris and Richard and thinking through some of the needs during this stay-at-home and pandemic. It seemed an appropriate time to launch this club. And it's been, I think, pretty successful, growing from 0 to 1,000 plus in the last 3 months. So to give you a little point of comparison, the International Frontrunners Facebook group has over 1,500 members. The Instagram account has over 400 members, and the Twitter account has 14 members. So I think that what we're seeing in the Strava Club is that runners are putting in their times and are running during their stay at home, which is great to see. What we've also done is put up a bunch of virtual runs. And so what I wanted to do is first run through a few of the things that we've done here, and then maybe talk about some of my observations. So we've had virtual runs that Long Beach has done, DC. There was a global running day. There was a Brooklyn Pride Run, a New York Pride Run, a Sydney Run, an Atlanta Pride Run, a Toronto Pride Run. And this weekend was San Diego, and up on the list is Vancouver and New Orleans. And I just got a note from Alan. Hi, Alan. And Newcastle is planning their run and promoting their event, which just closed, and they had 704 participants. And Alan thinks that they picked up a dozen or more because of our promotion here on the Strava Club. So I am super excited that we've got this going and off the ground. Maybe a little bit about myself. I'm out in San Francisco. I've run with the New York Frontrunners. I've run with the DC group, the Boston group, San Diego, Long Beach, and LA, and UK, and Paris. So I'm a big believer in the Frontrunners community. And what I hope to do today is invite some of you to be part of this Strava Club in a more active way. So if you're familiar with Strava, I'd love your help. I'm currently the administrator. Would be great to add a couple more administrators, because I think we can do more things with the club. What I'm here today to do is just throw out ideas. I think the steering committee has some ideas around what they'd like to do, and I'd love to hear from the membership around maybe what we can do with this club, because as you can see, it's really a weekly, a daily snapshot of what frontrunners around the world are doing. So let me give you some of my observations. During this pandemic, a lot has changed. I think some of the bad things have gotten worse and some of the good things have gotten better. And one of the most notable things is the call for social justice, starting in the US, and we're seeing these things all around the world. And what that has done is it's kind of pushed a few dominoes to fall. And what I've observed lately is during this Pride season, a lot of organizations have updated how they've been representing inclusion, participation, and the Pride colors and the Pride flag. So one of the things that I wanted to kind of bring up as a thought is, when I put when I set up the club and I put up the logo, I love the logo. I think that it's a great logo. It's a great update. But the question that I wanted to raise is, do we want to consider adding some more of the colors that are now being included in some of the new flags that are being promoted and shown out there? I don't have an answer to it. I think this is something I'd just like to put forward in the steering committee, because I think that with 1,000 members, with a global membership, you know, and with new clubs being added yearly, I think that that message of inclusion is really important. So that's one observation. The other part of that logo question is if you go to that Strava club, you'll see that the front runners is a little cut off, and that's because of just the way that the spacing works. And so if we're going to go through a consideration again of logos, then you know I would request that we create one that would fit within the confines of what Strava puts together. So that was my thought around the logo. There was another thought here, which is in the past we've had lots of different discussions around creating a global challenge of some kind. So I think that there's an opportunity here looking at the participation. I don't know if it's a quarterly or an annual type of virtual running series or a virtual challenge that we could promote across all of our communities. So that's the second question that I wanted to kind of bring up to the steering committee, which is how can we use this club in order to really bring together the community in this virtual world that we're living in today. One idea is really some kind of quarterly challenge that we can promote through the newsletter, we can promote through our discussions, and we can promote on the Strava Club. The other consideration is we've had all these Pride runs go through successfully, converted from physical to virtual, and now we're thinking through. I think one of the agenda items is scholarship. So the other question is, do we want to include the club as part of a virtual run that might be a fundraising engine for the type of scholarships that International Frontrunners tries to put together for day games and other games every year. So that was kind of the other question that I wanted to put here is, number one, if you want to be part of the club, of the Strava Club, please you can private message me here on Zoom right now, and I see a couple popping up. You can send me an email, my last name, sojarto@yahoo.com, works perfectly. Or you can post on the Strava page and post your observations around what we could be doing and the ideas you have. Now, there's also a question, kind of a longer term vision. A lot of clubs have been thinking through how they can create a virtual platform. One of the hardest things about virtual runs is actually capturing the run data. Many places you email your data and it's put into a spreadsheet manually, and results aren't as important in virtual runs as they are in physical runs, but results are nice to see. What we can do through Strava is, if we have some folks who have coding experience and could put together a way for us to download the data into a database, so Strava makes APIs available, that would be a longer-term view of what we could do with this club. We could actually create a virtual running platform for International Frontrunners. It would require some work, it would require the right expertise, and it might require some hosting from IFR in terms of a database and maybe a light application of some kind. But it would be, I think, incredibly valuable to clubs around the world in terms of the virtual runs that they're putting together and what I've observed over the last couple of months. So that was wordy. That was a lot to say, but I'm happy to take any questions. And thanks again, Chris.
Thanks, Alex. Does anybody have any questions for Alex?
Actually, I don't have any questions, but I just wanted to say that on the frontrunners.org website, on the homepage, there is a link to the Strava page, the IFR Strava page. So anybody that wants to check out Strava can just click on the link and you'll be taken to the page.
Excellent.
Also, Alex, there's a way to make the whole logo fit. It's a little cumbersome, but you can make it fit through manual doing. So Lesron had the same issue. Our logo wasn't able to fit, and we shrunk it down, and now it fits.
All right, CC, maybe I'll have to connect back with you and see how we can make that happen.
I sent
Absolutely.
You same thing. Yeah, it's pretty easy to do. We had to do it for Facebook also. So you have a lot of
Awesome.
people with that.
Yeah, and I think there was also another proposal. I can't remember if it was you, Alex, about our IFR logo redesign, not just changing the size of it for social media, but also to add a more inclusive set of colors to it. So that's something that we'd certainly consider. So if people want to put a proposal forward for us to consider, that'd be great. It did take 2 years for us to get the logo changed the last time. There's a lot of work involved in that, surprisingly. With design reviews and things going backwards and forwards, but if anyone wants to get the ball rolling on that, that'd be fine too. Okay, so I just noticed that we need to move on. So Wayne will now give us a very quick presentation of special projects. Wayne, do you have? Do you want? Oh, hi Solomon, how are you? We're just going to continue. We can hear you. So I might just ask you to go on mute until the Hong Kong stuff comes up in a second. Because we actually had the Hong... Oh, I'm just going to mute Solomon. I'm going to try and mute Solomon. No, he's gone to mute. That's good. So yeah, we had Hong Kong at the end of the presentation because it's so early in the morning there. I think that this started at 4 a.m. It's in the middle of the night for Africa. So we're very appreciative of everybody joining in. But we'll get to Hong Kong as soon as we can. So Wayne, do you want to speak to your special projects?
Yes, we've got a number of projects going through, focused around Hong Kong 2022. But I know one thing that we are looking for is either a city or group, or maybe we'll just do virtual again, but a Frontrunners conference next year. So 2021, maybe it might be opportune to work with Copenhagen. But anyway, so that's something to consider for all the clubs. Next year, Xander and I will be representing International Frontrunners in the selection of the 2026 hosts for the Gay Games. And I know already that 3 cities are at the final stage, well, they're at the next stage of bidding, and Reggie, who is the sports director, might be able to even update me even more. But as at the other day, Auckland, New Zealand, Guadalajara, Mexico, and Valencia, Spain are in that stage. Is that the only 3, Reggie? Nod. Are you giving me a thumbs? Okay, yeah. I've written to David Killian, the head of site selection, to see if there's any update. So just letting you know that those 3 cities are pushing ahead with their bid. There were something like 27 cities. So they're being dwindled down. I guess COVID is killing a lot of places. There's no money for tourism. So yeah, there's lots of
Just to let everybody know, San Diego is included in that group too. We're applying.
Yes, but you haven't paid.
Pardon?
You haven't paid.
Oh, haven't paid? No, we have a couple more weeks.
Get the bloody dosh there. We want your money. No dosh, no voting. I think it's like $10,000. Isn't that right, Reggie? I think for the next stage, something like that.
That is correct. You know, it's just real briefly. It's been pretty amazing where David, who's been working on that, David Killian, this year there has been a record amount of cities that have applied to host the Gay Games, and as it kind of dwindles down for a number of reasons, of course, COVID being one of the #1 reasons, it was nice to see such a nice diverse selection of interested cities. But yeah, it's quite, it's a lot of money to apply to do it.
Yeah. So anyway, so the date for the final payment is still open. We need to start working on our scholarship program. Kelvin's already online, and Kelvin is a result of our first foray into scholarship. And I want to thank every Frontrunners Club around the world, because what we did was we suggested it, we came up with it, we asked clubs to donate, and we got overwhelming amount of money. We thought we might just get one person. We ended up paying for 2 people, and we gave them lots of financial support for them to come. And as a result, we've got a Frontrunners Club in Nairobi. So Hong Kong's approaching, and we are going to kick-start, if everybody's kind of approving, we're going to kick-start the next scholarship program. It takes a couple of years to get going. We have to advertise, we've got to raise money. So hopefully all you clubs, it was a fantastic response last time. We're looking for your support again. And we will bring people into Hong Kong and hopefully get some new clubs. That also means next year, the Rainbow Flag Run, which most of you probably don't know about. The International Rainbow Flag Run goes from city to city, and it's only for cities that have held the Gay Games. And normally, or historically, we've let San Francisco start the International Rainbow Flag. It's similar to like the Olympic torch going around the world. And so San Francisco starts, and they usually hand over to us in Sydney because it's our Mardi Gras, so it's early in the year for us and we do it, and then the flag moves around the world, and it ends up in Hong Kong, and we have a massive, huge event in Hong Kong where every front runner will be asked to come along and join the, well, it's supposed to be a run, but last year in Paris, last time it was a walk. So anyway, it worked and we had lots of fun, and it was a big event. So we will be working on that as well. So we need help. And the help that I need in particular is that we really don't have an Amsterdam Frontrunners Club, but we have a Dutch gay and lesbian athletics club, or Alden's nodding, so it's something like that. But they're not very responsive. So hopefully one in Suriname, because it's a former Dutch colony, might be able to help us get some things going in Holland. Sorry, Netherlands, to keep that program going, because they get a chance to hold a rainbow flag run in their city as well. And we also need help with Hong Kong, because we usually have a social event, we usually have a pasta party, and we will have, hopefully, fingers crossed, a real in-person AGM in Hong Kong in 2022.
This is a real AGM, Wayne. We're having a real one now.
Well, I said a real in-person.
Oh.
Yeah, so we need to work on those. We've got quite a few activities, and I know that Sydney has bid for the 2023 AGM because its World Pride will be held in Sydney.
And that's everything?
That's the big projects that Xandra and I are working on, apart from we're doing committee work. Yeah.
Okay, so Wayne will get out to everybody whenever he needs volunteers or help with any of those. So they're all worthy. So if people keep an eye on our IFR front Facebook page and any other channel you have from your reps.
Just to let you know, Facebook now has 1,560 members. So we've almost doubled since last year.
Yes, and we're now content producers streaming on live. How exciting. Okay, so do you want to segue into the Gay Games report, or have you kind of given it?
Well,
Xandra?
Xandra and I have have already decided to let Hong Kong talk all about Hong Kong. There's no point in us talking about it. But everybody should realize that there's a new sporting event for us in the Hong Kong Games, and that's trail running. And they're looking at putting on 2 trail runs, so they'll give us more details. Solomon will probably give us more details. Apart from that, we're on various committees and we're representing you. Running was the biggest sport in Paris, so we're looking at hopefully Hong Kong running will also be the biggest sport.
Exciting. Okay, so I see that all of the Hong Kong people have joined. So Dennis, Jackie, Sabrina, Solomon, who wants to take point
Ni
on this?
hao, ni hao, ni hao ma.
No. Now, careful.
Chris,
by
can
to
you
correct it. Yes.
Chris, can you make me white so I can share the screen?
I think you should be able to share the screen. Can you share
No,
it?
I can't. It says the host has disabled attendee screen sharing. So you need to allow me that.
Try now.
Try now. Oh, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. Good morning, whole world. It's 5:30 in the morning from Hong Kong. So we have lots of things to tell you. So let's go quickly to this. So in this call, we have Solomon Luck, who will be our athletics manager. We have Jackie Viro, director of sports. And we have Sabrina, co-chair, and I'm myself, I'm the co-chair as well. And we'll all be talking to you about the amazing plans we have. What we're going to do in this short update, we're going to give you an update about the program. We're going to talk about the athletics update, and we do a brief progress status update of the Hong Kong Gay Games event. First, I want to thank you for your support and for inviting us to your update. It has been a long journey, and for those who have been involved during the bid stage, it has been nearly 4 years already, and we really thank the front runners for their support all along this amazing journey. And these are a couple of pictures from the events, from the site selection, final presentations in Hong Kong, and the community event we organized in Hong Kong 3 years ago. Sabrina, do you want to?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, you can.
Great, hello everyone. Hello the whole world. I'm conscious of time, so I will go through the slides very quickly. So right now you're looking at the program of our 9-day festival. You will have sports and arts and cultural events throughout the week. We have the Festival Village, which opens on Friday afternoon, and we won't shut it until late at night for people to gather and have a drink, have a social event inside the village. Can you go through the next slide? Yes, opening ceremony. Unlike other events, other gay games, the opening ceremony of Hong Kong will start at 2 p.m. Because we're conscious that some of the athletes will rise up early the next day for a lot of the running events. That's why we will have the events from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. The location will be a signature Hong Kong Stadium, the location for a lot of the international sports events like Rugby 7. And this will be a ticketed event where we invite local and international artists, celebrities to do a performance. We aim to fill in the stadium so that during the opening ceremony, when all the athletes walk into the stadium, we will have a full house to cheer people up. There will be short speeches from our organizers, officials, and then we will have different type of performance after all the athletes gets in place. Next. For sports events, we're hosting 36 sports in 2022. And excitingly, we've introduced some new sports. We've introduced 4. They are Dragon Boat Racing, which is very signature sports events of Hong Kong. We have dodgeball, trail running, as Wayne mentioned, as well as esports. Now, in Hong Kong, we're working closely with the local sports association, as well as international LGBT sports organizations to make sure that we can bring the event to a professional level, but also in accordance with how gay games were run in the past. Next. here is a list of the 36 sports that we're hosting. We're split it into 7 different categories, and we have a manager for each category, a coordinator for each sports. We really have to say thank you to all of the international LGBT sports community for helping us during the bid stage and for supporting us after. We've got so many emails coming in asking if we can include their sports in the gay games, sports like hockey, cricket, lacrosse, all of them approached us. But as much as we want to entertain everybody, we have to be conscious of our own capacity. So we've selected these 36 sports. Besides the aquatics, athletics events that we normally have, we also introduced Rugby 7, which was held, well, was supposed to be held in Paris, but got canceled last minute. But here we have a very strong rugby community. Other sports like figure skating, cheerleading, these are the sports that we've decided to be included in the list because the excitement of the local community. And for figure skating, we'll be having it in the shopping mall where everyone coming into the shopping mall, this is an open space, will be able to see a same-sex pair, you know, performing some amazing dance in the middle of the ice rink inside, located in the shopping mall. We think this is really a very amazing way to show people what gay game is all about. Next. Next slide will be about the festival village. If you can see that tiny photo, this will be, the festival village will be located in a harbor front, central harbor front. I'm sorry, my cat is meowing. Apologize for that. So the harbor front is a signature event venue for Hong Kong. A lot of really cool music festival, food festivals are held in this location. We will have our festival village with multiple stages with multiple booths for food and beverage, for sports demonstration, for special safety zones for women, transgender. At the same time, we will have arts and cultural events being held inside the village. Of course, we will have other events across the city, but then Festival Village is where we want people to gather and enjoy their time. Arts and cultural events, as I mentioned, in Hong Kong, we will put up a very different arts and cultural program than before. Besides this usual band events, choir, we will also invite people from the LGBT community to prepare and perform on stage of dance performance, art performance, or anyone who has a talent. We will do a selection of artists for this program. So that during the arts and festival, during the whole 9-day event, on a daily basis, people who come to the village will be able to see other talented LGBT artists perform every day. And then, of course, in the evening, we will have other social cultural activities planned for the participants, like the night junk boat cruise, cabaret, line dances inside the village, and then the DJ parties. As a part of the art cultural events, we will have the memorial events. For example, this time we're working with a local foundation called AIDS Concern to hold the memorial ceremony. We will also have a photo exhibition to show all of the historical moments of the gay games in the past 40 years. And most importantly, we're also will be organizing a rainbow relay together with the international frontrunners. Closing ceremony will be held at the Festival Village as well. Again, there will be short speeches by the organizers, sponsors, but then this is really an event where we thank all of the participants as well as volunteers for putting up this show and then for supporting us over the past few years. And then we will be doing a flag handover to the next host city. A little bit about us. GGHK is a Hong Kong registered charity organization. We have a management team of 15 volunteers looking after different work streams. Right now, we have a food team of volunteers working together on different work streams. We have a monthly steering committee call with the Federation of Gay Games. And under that, we also have 10 subgroups working closely with the different groups within FGG on different topics, for example, sports, arts and culture. This has been quite an inspiring journey working together with FGG very closely on a monthly basis. If you can look at our team, the team really showcase our slogan, which is unity in diversity. We have a very diverse team. Hong Kong is a very international city where we meet amazing professional team. We all love the city, despite all of the difficulties and challenges we're seeing. We're very committed to host the 2020 events and then to make it a very, very successful one. All right, some of our key milestones. We will start self-registration in this last quarter of 2020. And then we're looking at opening the scholarship program in the first quarter of 2021. And then the second quarter, we will open the participation registration. We will have our FGG AGA in Hong Kong in November 2021. And then in Q1 2022, we will start recruiting volunteers. We will show you the volunteer. Hey.
And Sabrina, it's maybe good to explain what soft registration is. So as we had to, due to the virus situation, we had to move the opening for the participant registration from November this year to Q2 next year. However, we would like to engage and be communicating to participants who are interested to come. So we will send out a survey by Q4 that people can indicate that they're interested to come to the Gay Games. And once we start opening registration 6 months later, we will invite those people. Yeah, we don't think it's the right moment at the moment to invite people to register at the moment because it's too much uncertainty going on from a virus perspective.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Dennis. All right, can you go to next slides?
Jackie.
Oh, okay. Jackie, do you want to take over? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So Hong Kong is a relatively small city, and due to that fact, we're able to really spread out a lot of these different events throughout the whole city, so that everybody can really get a feel for all of the different types of venues that we have. It showcases all of the different types of scenery, as well as allows us to really find the best, most suitable locations for each sporting venue. So if you go to the next slide there, Dennis. We've given an overview of all of the different athletics events and spread them out for people that maybe want to join multiple running events. And so you can see that we have the half and full marathon on the Saturday, and the 5K is on a different day from the 10K if people want to join both of those races. And we've made them fairly diverse as far as the landscape and things like this. Yeah, and trail running and triathlon are on the Sunday. So if you want to go to the next, yeah. So Hong Kong has got a very big growing running culture. We don't have a whole lot of marathons throughout the year, which allows for, I guess, that to be very competitive as far as people trying to sign up. I think that the last marathon we had last year I think people were already full. It was already full within the first day that registration was open. So there's definitely a lot of energy and around the marathon, as well as half marathons as well. Solomon, do you want to talk a little bit about the marathon course?
Good morning, everyone. And as you can see at the bottom right-hand corner, actually it is Hong Kong's most seated course called Park Shay Kok. Actually, it is a promenade park, and we don't need road closure for that. So I'm expecting we can host the half of full marathons over there. And so it is a nice place, and it is very flat. And so I think it will be easy for all the people, and because it involves very less road closure, so we expect we could be quite lenient on the time limit for the half and full marathons to engage or runners of different levels. So maybe next slide, please. And athletics 5K1, I'm expecting to do an evening run instead of doing it on Thursday morning like what we had in Paris, because I'm going to have a short distance trail running on Wednesday. So 5K run, I'm expecting to do in a early evening 5K, and it is I'm expecting the course will be held around the village. So everybody could go evening run around the village and then have fun and engage themselves in all the village activity and the downtown city on Thursday. That's it. So and 10K one, we are now negotiating with Hong Kong Disneyland to see if it is possible to hold the event around the Hong Kong Disneyland on Tuesday morning. And you can see they hold the 10K weekend every early November. So and it is a big area, nice course and totally flat. So again, if it is possible, it is a course that could make could allow fast runner to got a good time record. And because this is next year Hong Kong Disneyland, so we're expecting you guys to have fun and after the race. So and athletics and field, we are also expecting a 5-day race program in a newly built Tranquinol sports ground. And that is a sports ground and has the track, and also next to it, it is a small track that is people could do warm-ups there. It's standardized Hong Kong's only standardized track and field venue. Yep, thank you. And trail running is the newly added program in gay games, and in Hong Kong actually there are quite a lot of trail running holding every weekend before the COVID-19. So actually in Hong Kong it is very famous sport, and every time normally the sign up is we always need to do early registration, because the normally in Hong Kong the trail running quota is selling very fast. So therefore, we would like to introduce trail running, and I see some people asking for a distance. So we're expecting Sunday a long course around 42 km, like a normal full marathon around the mountains. And we are expecting to go bring you guys up to a Tai Mo Shan, that is the highest point in Hong Kong, 957 meters. And Wednesday, I'm going to have a short distance 10K, and this time I'm also aiming at evening trail running maybe, and it will be in Hong Kong Island. So when you guys are running the short distance trail running, you are actually able to see the nice Victoria Harbour from on top of the mountain. That's it. So Jackie and triathlon.
Yeah,
Triathlon, and Hong Kong has several routes for triathlon, and Hong Kong has also have a big community of triathlon. So in every triathlon event in Hong Kong, we are usually expecting 600 to 700 sign-ups. And so we are suggesting 2 quite standardized courses, and we are good to work with the Hong Kong Triathlon Association to bring this event to you guys. So, and we are expecting Olympic distance as we required to do in Red Bull. So Jackie, any more?
Yeah, just to go back, I think to the trail running, some of the trails in Hong Kong have been labeled on the top 10 places, top 10 trails in the whole world. So we're really, really excited about that one. And I know that Dennis and I have participated in many different trail races around Hong Kong, but I think that also Hong Kong has got one, I think it's maybe the fastest growing ultramarathon culture right now in the world. So trail running, we're expecting even in the next 2 years' time is going to be probably the most popular running race that we're going to have in Hong Kong.
Okay, so I'll give you a quick update about our progress update because you get lots of questions about what's happening in Hong Kong. So the GameGames team has been working very hard, and we have put our budget in place, which is on a regular basis reviewed together with the FDG team. We get lots of questions about our contingency planning. So we have a team in place within our management team who have created a contingency planning document, which is a living document, which is being updated based on different parameters, which are trigger points and milestones. So based on what's happening in Hong Kong and based on our milestones, we're able to scale down the event up and down. And so this way we can be very agile and implementing changes if needed. So we'll create special plans based on the weather, special plans based on COVID, and also for the socio-political volatility plans in the region as well. This means that we are very flexible in case there another virus may be happening or another event might be happening, and we have those plans and mitigation plans in place. This way we are able to put up a safe and inclusive event with everybody. We're working very closely together with local authorities and also with security firms to make sure that the event will be very safe and according to mass crowd events moving forward. And from a fundraising perspective, Christoph, who's not in the call, but Christoph Witter, for those who know you, who is in charge of the fundraising strategy. And we do our fundraising based on 3 pillars. Pillar A is focusing on platinum sponsors, which are global consumer brands. And our approach is to really work with these potential sponsors and to provide them a customized activation plan. We are focusing from that stage on pre-partner study, which is a $50,000 down payment for the full partnership program. And we're having discussions with companies like Nike and Google at this stage for the platinum partner approach. We're also approaching it from, if you look to column C, is more from a grassroots crowdfunding. So individuals, organizations, charity organizations who have been donating already very kindly to our system. And then column B is, let's say, the middle ground, which are more standardized brand activations like the gold, silver, bronze approach, and also value in kind. So column B will be for later, or is planned for next year. Our key focus at the moment is for column A and column C. And we have some delay due to the COVID situation, but we're still on track to meet our targets at this moment. And how can you be involved? We know GameGames Hong Kong is less than 2.5 years away from now, so please share our story, join and share our social media. You can go to our Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Weibo. You can also sign up for our newsletter via our website. We will start our scholarship program, which is a joint scholarship program by FDG and GTHK. This time together, we set up one team and we'll organize the scholarship program. Will be opening starting next year. We're still looking for volunteers. If you want to join our team and expand, please go to our website and invite us to your sport or community group so we can give you an update. And of course, we started selling amazing merchandise via the GJSK store, where you can buy this beautiful t-shirt. But we also have some towels. If you get sweaty after a run, go to our store and get some GJSK merchandise. That's the update from our side. Any specific questions? I don't know if you have time for that, but if you have any questions, either drop them now or send an email to our customer services team.
Yeah.
One quick question. Is the marathon open to non-Gay Games participants?
I believe that's gonna, we're still in discussion with that, and we're trying to make sure that we give the people that are registering just for the Gay Games priority. So I think it's more of a numbers thing at this point.
Okay, thank you.
Any other brief questions? Okay, thank you, front runners, for your time, and hopefully you have some nice weather during the rest of the day, so you can go out for a run after this meeting. Thank you so much. Cheers.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. We're going to make this deck also available for you guys as well.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dennis and Sabrina.
Thanks, everyone. So we look forward to getting that, and of course we look forward to being in Hong Kong, and hopefully we'll be able to be in Hong Kong for the Gay Games in 2023. So I'm conscious that we're after time now. So we've come to all of the presentations. So we just need to now close off on a couple of official pieces of business. So if there's no other business, I'll get to those now. Okay, so we've just got to confirm the officers for the position of President, Secretary, Treasurer, Webmaster, and Communications Officer. So the only person who is in a contested position, so we have had Michael Thomas has had to pull out of being our secretary for just due to other commitments. So we have a nominee for that position, which is Alain Gouvernement. Perhaps you'd like to introduce yourself, Alain?
Bonjour. Can you hear me or?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Talking to you from Northern Ontario. Thank you for allowing me to apply. I'm happy to get involved at the different level. I've been involved with Frontrunner since 2011, and now I've just retired from the military, so have a bit more time to get involved. And I'll be happy to write your notes in English, French, or Spanish, but English I think will go. Anyway, happy to be here.
Thank you. So is there any other discussion about the nominees? So for President, I'm running again. For Secretary, it's Alain, as we just said. Treasurer will be Alden running again. Webmaster is Brad running again. And Communications Officer is Joseph running again. So does anybody have any last minute bids for those positions? No? Okay, so I'll put the poll up for that. If you could all please vote. I should have some ticking music now, some traveling music while we're waiting. And do we need to have proposers and seconders for all of those positions?
If they're all unopposed, probably not.
No.
No, just the vote.
Okay, I'm at 70% and all of them are 100%. So are we happy to take that as read? Okay, I'll end the poll. Thank you. And now the regional reps. So the contested positions, the ones that come up are for Western US, Canada, Southern Europe, Middle East, Africa, Mexico, Central, South America, Southern US, Asia Pacific, and Asia Pacific. So the new people.
Chris, are they all 2-year terms?
I believe these ones are 2-year terms. So the other ones that I missed at the beginning, people like Central US, Eastern US, they will come up next year.
Right.
So these will be 2-year terms, and next year we'll get to vote on the ones that in Northern Europe. We'll get to vote on those next year. Okay. So new people, we've got Kelvin, who's the Southern European, Middle East and Africa rep down in Nairobi. He's taking over from Katerina, just because Katerina's had to step back for other duties. And Mexico, Central and South America, we've got Juan, who's in Suriname, who introduced himself at the top. Kelvin, would you like to introduce yourself? Because I think you weren't on at that time. Would you like to say hello?
Hey everyone. Hello.
Hi, how are you? Could you maybe just tell us a little bit of, yes, could you tell us a little bit about your club and your running?
Okay, I am now the president of Nairobi Front Runner. We started last year, just after Paris. We have a club, we have members of about 24 people, so 13 men and 11 women. But we do organize for some sport every first weekend of the month. So we do meet around clubs in we organize for events in one of the park in Nairobi. So we do have organized for running clubs every weekend, and then after that we have something to eat, and then everyone leaves. So yeah, it's still in the initial stages. Yeah.
Sounds great, and thank you for coming forward to represent.
Yeah, thank you.
So is everybody okay if I just go ahead and launch the poll for that one too?
Well, Chris, a point is that we don't vote. We only vote for our own region. So there's no need for that.
Oh, we just have to confirm. We have to confirm it, Wayne. So I can pull them out of the spreadsheet later on.
I can't vote for another region's rep. That's wrong. You're wrong. I'm sorry. We can only vote for our own region.
We're not voting for them. We're voting to confirm them. So they've already been voted for in their region. So we're just voting to confirm these people. They've all held their own regional meetings.
Yeah.
And these are the successful people. So that we have to confirm them at a general meeting.
It's up to the regions. We don't really need to.
Okay.
No, we don't need to confirm them.
All right.
Right. So if they've all been settled, then we're set.
Yep.
Okay. Then I'll end the poll. Well, if we want to go to 50% just in case. 49, 50, 52. Okay, thank you, everyone. And now the very last item, which is the election of the Federation Gay Games representatives. So at the moment, do we need to confirm you, Wayne?
Yes.
Yes. So Wayne and Xander are the reps for that. So there's no contest, I presume. So shall I just launch? $62. Very quick, and 100% for both of you. So it's 75%. So thank you very much. We have a winner. Okay. So that brings us to the end of the AGM, the formal program. Does anybody have anything else? Any other business they need to bring up?
Chris, do we need to confirm Emma for the Canada rep?
Oh dear. I think she was in there, but she's been elected because she's the only person standing.
Yeah.
So this is
Chris, we're calling for nominations for next year's AGM.
that's right. Next year's AGM. So anyone want to volunteer for hosting the next year's AGM? Next meeting.
There we go. Copenhagen's just put up, they'll host it.
Yeah, let's go to Copenhagen. Yay.
Yay. Excellent.
Bring your own mermaid outfit.
She doesn't have an outfit. All right, so we will go with Copenhagen being next year's AGM around this time. Would that be fair? Excellent.
August, yeah.
August, yeah. Okay, so if there's no other business, I'd like to thank you all for coming. This has been a wonderful experience. And we're all...
the meeting be closed.
Thank you. Anyone second?
Second.
Everybody.
All right. Thanks, Brad. Thanks, Wayne. Thanks, everyone. And we look forward to seeing you on all the regional link-ups and virtual events that we have over the next year. Thanks for being members.
Thank you.
See you all.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Even with it being overcast, it's still